Have they got to the point where I shit on Roblox?
Probably, I don't know. That is the generation now, though. They all play Roblox. Like, currently, like my sixth form is now, or like first year, the sixth form is now like the Fortnite and Roblox generation from like the beginning. Well, that's all they always. Like, we've moved on from FIFA and Call of Duty. It's like, let's play Fortnite. It's like you're 18 years old. Go play a different game.
And we're alive.
Interesting.
Or they've like just discovered GTA 5. It's like, where have you been for like 10 years? Oh wait, you were like 8 years old.
Like they discovered it. Like, this is a new game. Like, no, this game's 13 years old or whatever it is.
Play the Matt Damon gif of him just aging in front of our eyes.
Seriously, they were 8 when GTA 5 came out.
Oh, play the Matt Damon gif of him being in Team America World Police.
That's it.
Yeah.
And we're still
Matt
alive.
Damon. Hello, we are Parent Pints. We are a group of some parents from around the world to talk about two things that we enjoy, which is good beer and parenting. Please parent responsibly. We're not here to condone parenting. It is your personal choice, but if you should be having to live in a country with a low birth rate, maybe you should consider parenting as your civic duty, so that you can continue to raise new underlings to praise the emperor.
Jeff Keighley?
Yes. Hideo Kojima is going to unseat the emperor of Japan, so I've heard.
That's it.
And Jeff Keighley is the Dorito Pope, not the Emperor.
There you go.
It's thanks to Jeff Keighley that we got the Doritos Locos Tacos. Or you did. They're not available in the UK yet, which is why I refuse to ever go to a Taco Bell.
Wait, they don't have them in the UK?
Nope.
Oh my god! How
You guys
how
are
in the
missing the
world?
best
Well,
taco.
As like as the gaming
Mexican food.
as the gaming concept of South Park: The Stick of Truth, part of that is about Doritos Locos Tacos. So you cannot even relate the story of South Park: The Stick of Truth. That's a shame.
Well, we can look up stuff still. We can still.
Oh, you guys have the internet? Oh shit, I didn't know that. Damn, that's good.
Right, go. Let's go around the room and see how everyone is. Matt, how are things in Las Vegas?
They're pretty good. It's getting a little colder here, finally.
Is it only about 40 degrees C?
Probably, yeah. Maybe 20. Maybe 20. It might be dipping down.
Did you and Mrs. Burkhoff win anything in the casinos on your date night?
No, unfortunately not. I did not win anything at the casinos on date night. Those giant buildings are constructed by people that take money.
No. So the correct answer should have been yes. Of course I did. I won a lovely evening out with my wife. Thank you.
That's right. Yes. Yeah, you're right.
Evan, how are things in Japan?
Good. I'm off until the 6th or the 7th, so I can't complain. Did my duty.
You're not really off though, are you? Because you study duty.
That's true. My life has changed, at least for the next 19 years, 20. Then I'll be good.
Or at least
so I'll be 60 by the time I'm free again. It's not bad.
And we may still be doing annualized podcasting.
I hope so.
Liam, how's things with you?
Yeah, pretty good. As you might know, I won 2 games on Sifted.net.
Were you actually allowed to claim it?
No, Shane told me to wait until January.
Well, at least you got it rather than me. Send me the games. That will really fuck him off.
I'd be glad just the postal address, Keith.
If Liam ends up winning the Game Awards, that would be last year. Then he wins the Sifted Fantasy League. No, he'd be the next one to dethrone. You know, Mitch did a triple. You are the next Kansas City Chiefs, is what I'm saying. So Mitch was the Patriots, Liam's Kansas City Chiefs. I'm sick of you winning. Give someone else a chance, please.
I'll take the crown of Bill Belichick.
In the chat.
Sure.
If anyone's interested, I put a Lego Horizon in the chat.
Ooh.
I did see
In the
that.
Discord.
You know what? We should just
think,
give it away
you
on the
have to wait
show.
for,
Why didn't we do that?
Miguel
Damn it!
to wake up.
We could have got a subscription.
I'll give it.
Well,
I'll do
I
it
don't
on
know if
Instagram.
someone already grabbed it. So
I say wait for Miguel to wake up. He'll probably definitely want it.
Dan, how are things with you? Not seen you in a while.
Yeah, no, it's been busy being a dad and living life, and you know what it's like. But yeah, no, it's been good. Just enjoying my holiday. I can't complain. Christmas is exciting. I've been doing all my chores as a parent, and maybe it's the Christmas morning, I think, hopefully. We've got a visit to Santa on Monday. It'll be fun. And yeah, boys, I think this is the first Christmas actually Thomas kind of gets it. It's quite fun. Like previously, he's like, oh, but he doesn't really conceptualize what on those things are. Whereas this year, he's like uber excited. Like every day, he's like, is it Christmas Day today? I'm like, no, a few more days. Okay.
We'll tell you when. Calm down.
And then we also in his bedroom. He's got a mini Christmas tree in his bedroom. And then he said to me last night when I was putting to bed, will Santa put presents under my Christmas tree in my bedroom as well as the tree downstairs? I'm like, oh, maybe.
Oh, no.
That we will.
you know, I just realized
why.
why. Oh, sorry. I just realized why advent calendars exist. It's so the kids stop asking you.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem with the advent calendar at his age is he's like, this thing has chocolate in it, but 24 times. I want it all now. So like we've had to like
poke.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, it's Christmas. Look, it's Christmas. It's poked through, isn't it?
Anyway, but yeah, no, I'm well. I hope everyone else is. Good to see you all.
It's funny the things that we tell children about people creeping into their bedrooms at night to either leave stuff or take stuff away from them.
And leave money. They leave money.
Stefan,
Take your teeth.
Nice to see you again. Thanks for getting up at stupid o'clock in the morning.
I was up for a long time, anyways. Indiana Jones got me off schedule.
I've played the intro, and what I enjoyed was good. I'm not so sure I'm going to enjoy a stamina meter that depletes faster than me drinking beer.
And the food you eat makes no sense to increase the stamina because it goes down right away.
But it looks very nice.
Yeah, but otherwise I'm doing pretty good. Except I think I mentioned in chat that my grandma's dad died, so I mean it's not a big loss for me personally because he's kind of a dick, but it's gonna be hard for my grandma.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Well, we pass on our condolences on behalf of us and our one regular viewer, who's also me, because I watch all this shit.
I actually did rewatch last episode. I used to never do that.
Why last episode in particular?
I thought it was a good episode. I wanted to go back through all the picks that we had.
Yes, there you go. There was an ulterior motive. You want to see if you'd won.
I should have done that, as I've had no context with anyone's picks, and I'm quite excited to see who wins. But
what I'll do when we get there is I'll just go through the categories that we selected. I won't go through what everyone picked because we'll be here for ages. But finishing things off, Mitch, how did you cope being probably the minimum safe distance away from Hideo Kojima without, I don't know, crying, falling over,
becoming completely hysterical?
Yeah.
No, I was good. I probably was more hysterical meeting the Astro team, if anything. So they're the the director and the entire team that was there at the awards and post awards was some of the nicest individuals I've met, and so humble and just love that we love their game. Like I think I remember Mike was talking about his kids and like going down and playing Astrobot with them. So I told him that story of like, I knew someone that, had Astro time, and he was so happy. He just like you could tell how much this game means for like children playing it. So like the fact they won Game of the Year is just icing on the cake for them. I'm so happy for that team. But yes, Hideo's pretty cool.
Mitch, just picking on that, I haven't played the new one yet, but Thomas, all of my nephews and nieces, that is the one game, the original, like the starter game, just to get used to the controller. They all play that on PlayStation 5 whenever they come around. They love it. They're obsessed. So I'm sure when Thomas, to be fair, Thomas still can't really coordinate. So he's just like, once he can, I'll get Astro and we'll play through that together. And my nephew and niece, my nephew's in America, played it on my brother's console. He bought it. So yeah, it's very much like an awesome game for like families. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say that Astrobot is better than the Nintendo games that came out this year? How fucking dare you?
The one best family game.
I think it's better than Mario Odyssey.
Keith, how are you doing? Enough about me going to the awards, experiencing this amazing one last thing. I'm just kidding. Okay, how are you, Keith? How are you doing?
Well, I was going to say, for context, Mitch did actually get to go to the Game Awards in person. I don't know whether he met either Sadler and or Waldorf. I think for me that would have been the highlight of that show.
I was closer to them than we are right now in relativity of space.
It's true.
I'm good. I went through the Game Awards stream yesterday. That was a thing that I did.
Did you watch it on 2x speed?
I watched it on 2x speed, plus I fast forwarded some of it. I could have got through it more quickly if I didn't have one of the questions in our tiebreakers being what is to the nearest minute, what is the length of time that people actually collect awards? So I had to watch all of the awards.
Oh man. Wow.
It included introduction, naming the nominees, and their acceptance speech.
Yeah. So I went from "and the nominees are" to when say if someone was going to leave the stage. Surprisingly short time.
Interesting.
Actually, when we did that, I thought we were including the intro speech to the award, so I would have cut down some time if that was not the case. So that's on me.
Well, we'll find out in due course what happened with that. Right, should we go straight into that then?
Wow, just rip the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Okay, so last week we did our picks for the Game of the Game Awards. Our entrants were Liam, Mitch, Mikey, myself, and Matt. And you may or may not know there are certain picks that people get to make, and then other people can't select those, and they get more points for doing that. Some people pick stupid games like tennis games when they should just pick fucking football. That was me. But overall, I'll get into the random stuff where we can just go through. But in last place with 11 points was me.
Oh.
Wow.
I thought for sure it was going to be me, dude.
Oh no, you got some good ones there, Burkoff. You got some
always
good ones
last.
In fourth place with 13 points was Matt.
Okay.
Of course I'm in the top
3 points.
again.
All right.
In third place with 17 points, which in previous years might have actually won, was Mikey.
Oh.
Oh no.
And
Mikey had won.
And in first place, I'm going to skip second because you'll know who comes second if I say first. In first place, out of Liam or Mitch, our winner is... It was a tie.
No.
Oh,
That's what I was thinking.
Wow.
All right, so
Good job.
what's the tie? What's the
I'm so
tiebreaker?
proud,
Or
Liam.
we
I'm
have to come
so
up with one?
proud. It took you forever to catch up.
Yeah, before you stick the knife in Mitch. Yeah.
Both the Patriots and the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. That's great for everyone. Love it. I'm just kidding.
Right. So you both got 19 points.
Oh
So I'll tease you a little bit.
Fucking best
Ooh,
performance screwed me over. God damn it! I should have just picked Senua and walked away.
I'll go through some interesting little tidbits before I do the tie breaks and actually reveal who won. Right. So, Matt, would you like to guess not including the game of the year, because that took a lot longer and would have boosted the average? What's the average time that it took from someone to say, and the nominations are, to the award being announced, and or if someone's collected it, they go off stage?
The average time. Ooh. A minute 15?
2.5 minutes.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's much higher than I thought it was. Yeah.
The shortest period of time. Stefan, have a guess at the shortest period.
Well, I technically didn't watch the show.
It doesn't matter.
You just gotta guess a person.
45 seconds.
It was 30 seconds.
Damn.
Ooh,
I was thinking 30 seconds.
Black Myth Wukong developers.
that was definitely like a pre-show award. That's gotta been like best family game or something.
No, it was right. So next one, well, let's go to Dan. Dan, the most awards given in 2 minutes.
5.
It was 4.
4.
I thought I might be in there.
Because it's before Statoff and Waldor make fun of the Game Awards. They do 4 awards.
Yeah, Jeff Keighley just reamed off 4 awards in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I did like Frostpunk 2, Best Narrative, or something like that. I don't know, a bunch of stuff. Cheeto won, whatever his name is.
Yeah. Some streamer person won a thing for doing a thing online. And then what would have thrown the average out is the game of the year, which took a whole 8.5 minutes.
Because they were hugging everybody.
They were making up for last year as well.
I think they hugged the entire Sony team, including Sony PR and even Scott Rohde, who's like the regional Sony exec.
I did like the speech that the head of Larian Studios gave.
Oh,
I did watch that.
I liked his speech too.
Yeah, the speech that he wished he could have given last year, except for Jeff flashing a massive sign saying "wrap it up." When
It's okay, you get an extra 3 minutes if you win.
Yeah, you've won game of the year. Fuck off.
Yeah. Right.
So down to business. I asked some random questions to act as tiebreakers, and in the spirit of togetherness and goodwill, I'm actually saying that because I got the colour of Jeff's suit correct, I should really be the de facto winner.
Absolutely.
It was
tie,
black,
and he went no tie.
It was black and sparkly. It was closer than most of you got.
That's true.
Is it? So, what colour was Jeff's suit? I've only done this for the 2 tiebreakers, so Liam and Mitch. Liam, you said navy, and Mitch said navy black. I couldn't give either of you points for that. As much as I wanted to rig it so that Liam got points on every single question.
You're gonna have trouble doing that.
Yeah. So, what colour would Jeff's shoes be? Liam, you said white. They were black. Mitch, you said black loafers and sockless. I couldn't see any evidence of socklessness, so I couldn't give you a point. And you confirmed then that you did actually see him wearing socks.
I did.
Did you sneak into the green room to get a look?
No, you could just tell when he walked the pant leg. You know, it's your standard suit. You know, it lifts a little bit, so you could see sock.
Okay. The next tiebreaker: what colour the dress Sydney Goodman will wear in the pre-show? Liam, you said it was a trick question. It would be Kyle Bossman and or a Muppet. There were Muppets present, but not in the pre-show, so I couldn't give you a point for that. And Mitch, you said it would be a red dress. It was black with a corset style and a sheer overlay. So we're getting down to what colour would Jeff's tie be? And you were both correct. He wasn't wearing a tie. and that he would have his top shirt button undone. So you both got points on that one. So you're both still tied.
Damn it, Liam.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it gonna come down to the time of the awards? That's probably what's gonna happen.
Oh no.
Right. So then the next one was how long to the nearest minute will the pre-show and show be? So Liam, you said 203 minutes. Mitch, you said 213 minutes. So you went for the over, and you went for the over on everyone. The length of the show to the nearest minute was 222 minutes. So that's a point.
Oh no.
Oh man, it was a lot. I mean, I sat through that whole thing.
That's 3 hours and 3 hours and 22 minutes.
Didn't include staying outside waiting to get inside the dang theater.
No. So interesting tidbit here. 77% of the show was dedicated to anything except awards.
77,
Wow.
you said?
Yeah.
77% of the show was dedicated to stuff other than awards.
So 2/3.
Right. How long to the nearest minute will the total time for awards and nominations and collections be? Liam, you said 33 minutes. Mitch, you went for the over again and said 42 minutes. And based on my loose estimations of time, because I wasn't sat there with a fucking stopwatch doing this, I'm not that sad. It was 50 minutes. So that's a point to Mitch with one question left, which means Mitch is the winner of the Game of the Game Awards.
Oh my god.
I should have
Liam,
played.
Every
so
year.
close.
What's that?
Oh,
Undefeated four-time champion.
4 times.
4-time
Yes.
champion?
So I'll just do the last question as well. So the number of quote unquote real people actually collecting awards.
claim some glory back.
Oh wait,
so
did you count the guy, the Balatro representatives, as 2 people, or did you count him as a no-show?
no, it's just it's anyone accepting an award. It can be on behalf of anyone.
Okay.
It's just real people collecting the statue. So Liam, you went for 7. Mitch, you went for 8. I would have actually won this point because I went for 11 and the exact number was 12.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
Mitch would have got a point on that one as well. So Mitch ended up winning by 3 points.
Jeez.
Jesus.
Congratulations, Mitch. You are good at winning a pointless game.
I mean, if anything, Keith, it was smart that we just kept adding extra bonuses to the tiebreakers because they came in handy. Because I think all the ones where we actually had points were ones we made up on the show in real time. Oh, that's good. Well, I'm just, I'm just happy Liam got close, and he made me scared. I was scared. So I was the first time in my 4-time champion.
Wrap it up, Mitch. Wrap it up. I'm just kidding.
No, you're good.
You can come back next year and make a speech.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Just-
I get an
we'll give you
extra 3 minutes. I get 3
in
minutes next year,
2025.
right? I get 3 minutes next year.
Yeah.
Well, it was fun, not for me. And both because I came last, and 2 because I had to go through all of that shit.
Well, good on you for
To find
that.
out that
I
you were last.
can't imagine how painful that was.
Definitely appreciate it, Keith.
Yeah.
Yes, I was going to say at the beginning of this, is like, do you all trust me?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if anything, Keith, you should really like go for Bongo Bonanza's like award rules for next year to like just throw a wrench in everything. A new rule type per award. That's what you should do.
Oh,
It could be a good year to do it if everything's a foregone conclusion with Grand Theft Auto 6, potentially. You know? Just
Yeah,
sort of
you-
suck-
but
I don't,
guys-
I don't,
you
I don't know
guys-
necessarily. I mean, there could be some other shit that comes out that year.
Well, if Kojima releases a game next year, kind of Shadow drops,
That would,
something,
yeah, that would.
he's going to get an award for something. He can't not get an award. It's like not praising God. You just can't do it. Right. Does anyone have any comments anything they would like to highlight from the Game Awards?
I would like to say Mitch needs 4 wins in a row because his NFL team just bombs every year. So it's probably good to keep
That's
his
a good
show out.
point. He needs this.
I've won more. I've won 2 times the amount of awards in years than the Bears have won a football game this season in a row. They're on an 8-game losing streak, man. I need this. Well, everyone else can talk about the awards first because like I was there, so like I can bring that back into perspective after. So
Evan, let's start with you and the as I wrote down on my notes when I was going through the Evan Bait teaser trailer.
Oh, Project Robot, the Fumito Ueda. Yeah. It's, I mean, the best thing about it is that they showed something. The worst thing is that not only does it be the fact that it doesn't have a name yet, and going on the track record of how long it took for The Last Guardian to come out. My daughter might be 10 years old by the time this game actually releases. I'm guessing though with The Last Guardian, the reason it probably took so long is they went from PS3 to PS4, and also I think figuring out how Trico's AI works with the puzzles probably was a huge pain in the ass because they released the game and it didn't work very well. I'm guessing they were probably not doing that. But yeah, like it's not my favorite announcement solely because I'm guessing it's going to take. I mean, it could be another joke that they have a release date and then they miss it. It could become the next Silk song of the modern era. So, but I mean, like conceptually, if you want a short teaser that is just like this is what this is in terms of tone and aesthetic, like I think it hit on all marks. So, very excited for it.
For you,
got to get that in there.
Yes. Yes. So you said it wasn't your favorite. What would have been your favorite then?
What did I say? Probably Project Sentry, the Ryuga Gotoku Studios. I appreciate that Ryuga Gotoku Studios, you can just use like an acronym because like everyone's afraid of pronouncing the name of the studio. It's like, yeah, RGG. Makes sense. Here's the thing though. So I knew it was them quite early because of the kind of janky character models. Like I just have to admit, like the way the elbows bend in one of their games just looks off. And also one of the characters is just like an updated version of one of the guys that you constantly punch in the face in all the Like a Dragon games. It's the same fucking character model, which is them. That's like their MO is just reusing assets.
The was bullied by someone who looked like that as a child.
I wouldn't doubt it. I'm sure these kind of more programmer types probably were bullied, and that's their way of getting revenge. It was probably that. I did have a number 3, but I don't remember what it was. But here's the thing with what's that?
Couldn't have been that good then.
Right? I feel bad. But anyways, it's nice to see them doing something different. I would not feel bad if they just cut Like a Dragon. They're not going to because I'm sure it makes them plenty of money now. It's like Kiryu's story is completely like the door is shut, and I'm fine with them having 9 fucking games. Like it doesn't need to go on. It's not Final Fantasy, and so if they're trying something new, albeit it does look very similar, sure, we'll see what happens. But I'm excited to see what it is. But again, I don't know. I'm not like counting down to the days that it comes out. It's just like, oh, okay, Fumito Ueda's game is teaser showing. I can wait, and then Project Sentry, I can wait. Not completely overly excited, but I like the promise of both of those 2 things.
Good. I'm glad for you. Who wants to talk about something that's not Japanese bollocks that I don't care about?
Open if it is American bollocks you don't care about.
Well, then it's a different form of bollocks, so it's okay. We're moving on. Stefan, I'm assuming that you may not have watched the entire show, but have you got any trailers or anything that you picked?
I didn't watch the show, but I caught up on a lot of the reveals and then just I know stuff like from what people in other discords were talking about. Um, it's Japanese, but Okami. I'm excited for that. Part of that is because it, everyone basically from what's the developer's name of Bayonetta?
Platinum.
Yeah. So they all followed that developer. Was it not? Was it Mikami who did Okami, or is it? Okay,
Kamiya.
it was Hideki. Yeah, Kamiya. He left Platinum, and everyone that followed him, and he formed Clovers, which is a spiritual successor to the Clover Studio. And that was kind of my big takeaway from that reveal. So I'm excited for what Capcom does with Clovers. And then the other reveal I was excited for was Split Fiction. I thought that looks good.
Yeah, I just need friends or a friend.
Yeah,
Hey,
you only have one
McWomble,
copy,
remember when
Keith.
we tried McWomble, we tried A Way Out for 5 minutes when we were like really depressed about stuff happening in our lives, and then we stopped playing it. Years and years ago. Yeah.
I played
That's
It
4
Takes
house
Two
moves ago for
with
me.
Vincent
Jesus
from
Christ.
Sifted
That's crazy.
for that Game Pass or Fails.
Nice.
But it was the funny part is that anytime I've played other games with him before for help with reviews and stuff, he would always refuse to use a microphone. So like if it was co-op, it'd be impossible to like do anything with multiplayer because he would refuse to speak in a microphone.
So you guys had to be on like Discord chatting that way?
Yeah, like you'd have to pause the game or like use like a
Okay.
ping system. That was annoying.
That makes it difficult for sure.
Dan, is it? Did you watch the show?
No, I just went through and watched all the trailers. I didn't really give a toss, to be honest.
Well, just to give you some.
I did, to be fair, I did do a 2 times forward. I got about halfway and I was like, I just really want to see any reveals. So I just went off and then just basically Googled the trailers. So I got about halfway through. Well, it just goes on and on and on. So I was like, yeah, I'm done. And you're right, there's like 4 awards in like 2 minutes. That just kind of shows you the brunt of actually how much of it is an award show and how much of it is a let's just celebrate everything else and promote everything. Advertising. But I obviously I fell in love with the Outer Worlds with my Xbox Series X, and now I'm regretting selling it because Outer Worlds 2 is like bollocks, which I knew was going to come at some point, but hey. And to be fair, it would have sat and not been turned. May have been turned on for Indiana Jones, but I hadn't turned on for a year to find in selling it. But now I might have to. Well, I've just discovered my Samsung TV has just told me that I can get Game Pass on it. So potentially, I might be streaming the Outer Worlds 2. We'll see.
Yeah, that was a really good trailer.
Or just get it for PS5 because it's coming to PS5.
Oh, is it?
Oh yeah, they put
I'm
it
sure
on.
it will, yeah.
Yeah, they actually put PS5 at the end of the trailer. It's coming to all platforms.
Okay, I didn't
Day
really
one.
notice. Perfect. Oh, in that case, why am I bothered? Well, fantastic.
Is that an Xbox Studio?
Yeah, Obsidian.
Okay, yeah. Didn't Xbox say like from now on they're gonna put all their games on?
No, it's just heavily
No,
hinted.
I think
It was
Phil,
heavily hinted.
I think Phil basically said on a game by game basis they'll make a decision.
Oh no, there was a report that came out just recently, Burkoff, where someone hinted that they were told by an Xbox executive that all games would be coming to Game Pass either day one or timed exclusive from now on, but it's not official.
I mean, it makes sense. Like they own way too many fucking studios now, so
and they have to make money.
Exactly.
Just saying as well.
They don't have any.
Sorry, I was saying Satya said that Xbox exclusivity would be not the how did he phrase it? He said that Xbox exclusivity would be the rule break rather than the rule.
Right.
Essentially. Yeah. And, he's the big boss, so I think he feels like, no, we'll make some games Xbox exclusive. He's like, no, we won't.
No, we need the money.
So for anyone listening to this, Evan's just been playing with his dog Gozer, and I'm assuming got bored of us talking about Xbox, so left the room to play with the dog outside. I'm assuming.
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, don't trust anything that Phil Spencer says because Phil Spencer tells lies. So all this.
I will not tell lies.
Yeah. So there was the whole thing about games coming to Xbox day and date, which isn't true because if you buy certain versions of the game, normally the premium version, not the base version, you get early access, which isn't day and date on Game Pass. So, ding, 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 a lie. Sorry.
I'll bring out a beer for that. Yeah. More expensive one.
Well, yeah, but the worst part about that is when you get the early access version, you're not getting the day one patch. So most likely your game is probably going to be pretty bugged and you're basically testing the game for them to find bugs and potentially get a Star Wars Outlaw issue where you have to restart your save from the very beginning.
Fuck that.
So like you risk that. It's like you could get early access, but you're not getting the product you get if you got it actually day one. So,
Sorry, dude. It'll be on sale in 6 months for like
Games.
$15.
Yeah, don't buy games day one, unless it might happen to be the archetype Exodus game.
Oh, yeah, that does look good.
Um,
Why wasn't that at the Game Awards? That should have been there.
I think they're doing.
My brother-in-law has bought PlayStation 5 for my nephew, and he's coming around on the 23rd for me to set it up, because otherwise I was like, he'll turn it on, and if he wants to play FIFA, he'll be waiting until that game's downloaded. He's like, oh yeah. So I was like, we better come around and we get to start the patches before that.
Nice.
So yeah, I was like, yeah, gone are the days where you can just buy a console.
I literally just got notified that we're live.
Well, we haven't been doing this for a while, so Twitch is maybe thinking, what the hell's going on? Evan, I think we've stopped talking about Xbox now. So well done for coming back at just that right time.
No, dogs, man. They have like a sixth sense about stuff like this. So
yeah, they're talking about Xbox owner. You must feel sad.
Oh my God! They used the word Phil Spencer. Oh no! Get out of here!
It's like, they said Xbox. It makes me want to go outside and take a dump.
Oh,
what
isn't that an Xbox?
She looked at me. She's like, "This is an Xbox too."
It was a horrible ad. That really was.
Talking about horrible ads. The thing that was annoying me mostly when I was going through is the weird ad announcements that they had during the show. Just suddenly everything would stop and they'd say, "Oh, you can get 50% off the accessories for your Nintendo Switch." And it was kind of, this just really breaks all sense of this is actually a serious thing that you're doing.
However,
just say it's sponsored by Amazon, and they didn't even reveal the Amazon game.
I mean, I'll admit though, like, out of like, not because I was there, but like, I do think this was probably their best show ever. Like, to be honest, like, you look at the reveals that they had, the way they paced it for the most part, the Muppets worked really well. At least for me, the Muppets worked. I know some people are just against Muppets. Cool. That's fine. And
yeah.
And I just think overall, like, paced-wise, yes, it's a long-ass show. Not going to deny that. But, like, I think with reveals, awards, the award for the individual that helped people find jobs, I think, was a surprise award that no one knew, and they gave a lot of stage time to it. That was a great moment. If you were there, like, in the audience, everyone was doing a standing ovation. It was, like... It was a really touching moment in that area. I know people on streams definitely felt emotional, but I think even in that space, everyone was feeling that same emotion as well. So I think they nailed it for the most part. Like, out of all the years, this is the year they nailed it.
It was good as well that Jeff had an emergency pair of trousers on standby when Kojima came out, because he could just quickly nip off stage and do a quick swap.
They didn't get to hug this year. I was so disappointed when he
Well, that's because
announced.
Jeff needed to nip off stage and change his trousers after seeing Hideo. Surprised he didn't come out with some kind of codpiece or cushion covering it.
It was a Freudian slip.
Sorry, I'm not. Yeah, I forgot my Tudor attire for a moment. I'm terribly sorry. Go fuck yourself. Matt,
Yes.
anything that stood out for you?
A number of things actually, and I wrote about the 5 things that stood out to me on my blog.
You're not reading an essay, are you? Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh, a plug.
The whole
The-
thing.
Jesus.
the 5 things
but I am going to plug the blog.
Shameless.
Here are the 5 things that stood out for Matt.
Yeah, on Burkoff.com. Steel Hunters, which nobody's mentioned yet.
Is that was from the developers of the war games, the tank and ship battle thing, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. So wargaming
that
looks like.
to me, I'm talking fucking hell, Matt. You're really rude. It gave me kind of Anthem vibes, but if Anthem were an actual functioning video game.
I think it's. What did they say it was going to be? PvPvE.
Yeah.
So I don't know exactly what that means. I mean, it could be a number of different online options, but yeah, I don't know. It looks cool. It looks like Zoids meets Gundam, and I was like, all right, I'm down.
Oh my
This
god,
is-
Zoids. I haven't heard that in a while.
What is-
That's
what is
Yeah,
that?
do you guys?
I haven't
do you
heard
guys
that
not know
term in
Zoids?
forever. Damn.
That's
Power
an anime.
Rangers.
Like Colony Wars?
No. Zoids was a it was a cartoon show back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and they had kind of like lions, like Voltron.
I got you.
Yeah.
Was that an American show or was that in Japanese?
Japanese.
I don't know if it was Japanese or if it was Canadian.
Let me Google
could have
it
been-
really quick.
Could have been Canadian.
Was there a toy line? It's more than anything else.
No, it's Japanese.
I'm
And
Oh
it's
yeah,
Japanese,
that was
okay.
Japanese. Yep.
Alright.
But I know they Americanized, like they had.
Well,
they had it
It's
dubbed.
owned by Hasbro.
Yeah,
Like,
it was definitely
Okay.
dubbed for sure. I do know that.
Yeah.
mm.
But no, yeah. So that's kind of the vibe that I was getting out of that game. That was my number 5. My 4th was Project Century. Evan mentioned that one. My number 3, I think Liam might mention, so I'll save that one.
Oh.
My number
No,
1 was out.
Stellar Blade 2.
You skipped one.
I know.
You said-
I know I skipped 2. Hold on.
Oh.
My number
Oh,
1
God,
was
you
going to
skipped
be
3 and 2, which is confusing.
no. Well, yeah, I'm going to, but
You know
the
what,
Outer Worlds.
Matt, you know what? Be a selfish bastard and just say it. You know?
The Outer
You go
Worlds
for
2
it.
was my number 1, but that's already been talked about and mentioned. But my number 2, I don't think anybody's going to mention unless I'm spoiling one for Keith. But Dispatch, I thought was actually really good. I was so surprised by the art aesthetic of the
Aaron
game.
Paul game.
Yeah.
Science.
I did cringe a bit when they got up on stage and did their little routine. Nothing wrong with it. It just went on a little too long.
There also
Just
Yeah,
a
seemed to
little
be
that
like
was-
some tension,
Yeah.
and it was like I almost thought it was turning into a comedy spoof where like where like they hate each other, but then they're gonna like make out really quick just because like they hate each other but they love each other type thing. It was really weird.
Sure. Yeah, the introduction was weird. I dug the trailer though.
The art, yeah, it was. I still don't know what that game is though. Totally,
It's-
is it like a
well, I mean,
strategy
it's
game
for-
mixed with a
No.
choose your
It's
adventure?
well, yeah, it's a narrative based game.
Aw,
See?
look at you, baby.
Podcast.
Oh, oh my god,
Mike
the
and
entire
Dan
family.
no
We
longer
got the
have
whole
a monopoly
family.
on children.
Oh, the dog as well.
This is a total family show.
Is it?
Yep.
I can't say how much Mrs. McWomble loves Gozer.
I also love her hairdo.
It's she's going full Final Fantasy protagonist.
Yeah.
With the,
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
here I thought she was going nine. I thought she was going with the 9 Inch Nails look.
there's something. Gozer, stop it. All right, sorry. Let me mute this.
Yeah, Matt, actually forgotten that Dispatch was announced because I think I was concentrating more on kind of skipping through stuff to.
Okay.
to
It's a
count-
Telltale. It's a Telltale game, so I mean that's
Is it by
exactly what
them,
I'm
or
expecting.
do you mean it's like one?
No, well, the studio was formed by a bunch of old Telltale guys, so
Okay.
yeah.
Jesus.
The chaos that's going on.
Yeah, Evan's got a household going on.
All right, good to go. Sorry.
He's back though.
He's cool under pressure.
I've got a baby, a needy wife, and a needy dog. What can I do? My life's just hard.
Let me just shut this door on all of them.
Yes.
All right, so yeah, those yeah, you can
Gonna sit and destroy their brains watching that Christmas on Netflix.
Oh, here I thought
Jesus.
they were watching Bluey.
No. They're obsessed with the pint glass. So,
Liam, what stood out for you?
I'm sorry, I can't. Nothing stands out. I'm just thinking about the dog licking Evan's face.
What, and would you like to lick
It's
Evan's
good or
face as
bad?
well? Were
I
you
can't tell.
jealous?
Well,
Were you jealous of Evan or Gozer in that relationship?
I'm jealous of Gozer, of course. You know, obviously.
get to lick Evan's face. Real privilege.
You know, we ask ourselves, why do we do what we do in polite society? Maybe things should be different. Maybe we should just be able to lick people's faces. You know?
There you go.
Mm.
We are animals. So.
We should be able to do that, Liam. I agree.
Liam,
that was a
were you
joke, just in case there's somebody out there that doesn't get that was a joke.
one comes up and tries to lick your face.
Yeah, instant karma.
Liam, were you disappointed that Stellar Blade 2 wasn't announced?
I still need to finish Stellar Blade 1, which I was enjoying but got distracted from. Well,
How did you
I
get
guess
distracted from the game? I thought the game would distract you from other things.
Well, I think I mentioned this before, but you know, when you're playing the game, you just phase out all of the booty, you know, and it doesn't really matter, you know. Nobody cares really, you know, when you're actually playing, you know, it's not a big deal,
Right.
is it? It's a hot
I'm never gonna
character,
play
who
that game.
cares? It's a good game. It's a good game, although. Well, yeah, you probably won't ever want to play it, Keith, because it really isn't your kind of thing anyway. So, but I guess in terms of the show,
appreciate jiggle physics.
you appreciate jiggle physics in a different genre of game, I'm sure.
Like life? This is the genre of life?
Well, I mean, you know, maybe some chick on a motorcycle or something. Be good.
Named Lara Croft.
I mean, yeah, that works too. Yeah. That ain't gonna happen, though.
Are you still talking about me?
I don't know what's going on anymore.
I don't know where we are. Where are we?
But Liam, were there actually any
on the
games?
show where we talk about Elden Ring and everybody falls asleep?
Okay, so you were interested in Elden Ring,
Not winning
Shadow
anything?
of the Ember Tree Guard.
Night Raid.
Where
Night Rain,
I will say in the audience, every time Elden Ring was like named in the nominations video, people got real quiet real quick. Like, compared to the other nominees, they're just like, some people are like, oh, I don't know if I want to clap on that one.
Yeah, it's stupid. I think it's kind of a shame that it did get nominated again, because it just sort of cheapens everything a little bit.
Well, it's almost weird that they nominated them so much, but they never won anything. Where everyone at
Yeah,
least won
exactly. It's like, what was
What's
the point
in nominating them? Yeah.
Yeah, if they're
A
not
nomination would have
going to
meant
cause
a nomination
huge
would have
conversation,
meant so
right?
much more to somebody else.
Yeah.
You know? Like Dragon Age: The Veilguard, for instance.
like Wukong won something, you know, Final Fantasy won something, Metaphor won something, Astrobot won something. The only one left out on like the Game of the Year list that didn't win anything was Silent Hill 2 and this game and Elden Ring. But like Silent Hill 2, people could argue is basically a remake of the original and it's not really doing anything new except maybe a couple new mechanics. But like plot wise, it's using the same exact script and like just new voice acting on it. But like, so it's just weird. Yeah, it's interesting.
Well, either way, I'm excited for Night Rain because the idea of a boss rush game that has all of these characters from like previous games, you know, I remember I saw the Nameless King in the trailer for it, and I just lost my fucking mind because I mean I love the Nameless King. I was stuck on that boss for forever, like probably the longest I've been stuck on any Dark Souls game boss in history, and that, like, I remember when I beat the, the Nameless King the first time. That was like one of the best moments I've ever had playing one of those games. But yeah,
Liam,
I'm disappointed though.
Bloodborne bosses in the game? Do you think they're going to throw every like?
There were
cool.
a few little,
I doubt it.
a few Bloodborne enemies in the trailer. Yeah. So
oh, really? I didn't catch that.
Open. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
There was. I think because I watched like a few trailer analysis. I think there was some Sekiro stuff in there too. It was interesting.
It's smart because it's like cheating, right? Because it's the side thing that they can kind of throw all other things. It's not for me, but the idea is interesting.
Well, I think it's kind of nice that they want to celebrate their whole like pantheon of games at this point in some way. I hope it's more meaningful than a few hints and a few tidbits here and there. It'd just be sick if, you know, all of a sudden some boss from Sekiro just showed up.
It's hard to imagine Sony allowing that.
Well, I think one of the things was From Software have been buying all the rights back to their games recently.
Got enough money.
Yeah, they bought. I think when Microsoft bought Activision, they got a lot of the sort of rights back for Sekiro, and I think they like more prominently bought the rights to Elden Ring and things like that. But it's not like they can't use those IPs because they're working with Namco Bandai to publish the game anyway. So.
Right.
I wonder if I wonder how much they're going to charge for it, because it sounds like it's a like just a roguelike basically, because you're going to be doing this thing for 3 days. If you don't make it, you get to carry some of your stats over or some kind of specialty over. This was in their press release. So it's not like as much of a your Elden Ring with multiplayer. It's more of a Fortnite meets roguelite 3-day time window mode.
It's more like, because IGN put up a preview for it because they'd actually played it, which was very, very good. Like, I recommend you watch it if you're interested. Where they sort of say that it just lets you go on the map. You sort of have to amass as much stuff as you can in a given period, and then each day begins when you beat the boss of that particular part of the game, and then you move on to the next one. So it's not like an actual day, it's more like how they sort of structure it.
Yeah, and then I think they said the third night you get a super boss end of the third night.
Yeah, which I think they showed like at least 2 of them in the trailer.
Okay, we've spent more than 3 minutes talking about that.
But I will say I am disappointed by the fact that you can't play the game in pairs. It has to be like 3 people or 1 person. Which is going to make
3 friends? 2 friends?
You need 2 extra friends.
Have that?
Friends?
It's difficult to, because I have like friends that I could play it separately with in pairs, but not, because of time zones and all sorts of things. But it's difficult.
Just do a pug.
Also, it's
I don't know whether you can.
There should be lobbies for that shit.
It's like multiplayer Ghost of Tsushima all over again, Evan, isn't it?
Wait, also, it's not like it takes...
about what I said at the end of the year. Sorry about that.
Also, it's not...
It meant a lot to me, too.
It's not like It Takes Two. You have to have 3 copies of the game? God damn it.
All right. Yeah, as Mick Wamba was hinting to, this is more time than the developer of Baldur's Gate 3 had to talk about the second half of what he wanted to say the year prior.
I'm making up for all of the lost time that Matt had cut.
I didn't think that was your game number 3 or not?
Yeah, well, no, he didn't know. That wasn't my game number 3.
That's
My
what I
number
wondered.
3
So what
was
number
Game
was
number 3.
Turok Origins, which I thought is what he was going to talk about.
I mean, that's just one game. I have other games, you know. You are correct, Matt.
I thought you were so
know
excited
me
about
well.
it.
I was, but then I watched it back and felt a little less excited, if I'm being honest.
It's also third person and it's co-op, right?
The
I
third,
mean,
the third person, yeah, it did
I
kind of
don't-
throw me off.
I don't think the third person threw me off. It looks like your generic, 3 co-op shooter in.
It depends on, yeah, it really depends on how they do it. To be honest, like, because if they're computer controlled or
Yeah,
you can issue
no, I
them
get that.
commands like in Mass Effect, like, okay, I'm all right with that shit.
Turok's
'Cause
not
I-
even part of the Valiant universe anymore, so I feel like they can't work with a lot of stuff.
Right.
I just feel like
I
just remember
the
Turok
2-foot
being-
drop distance.
Well, yeah, that.
I don't want to be able to see 2 feet in front of me. Come on.
I just remember Turok being this like single player experience, and it just screams to me, make it a multiplayer game. Let's do something with it. We got the title.
I was surprised by that for sure.
If it
But
started single player and then maybe offered co-op later in the trailer, maybe I would have been more. But we'll see. I'm open. It could be another
Has it even been-
Helldivers with dinosaurs. Who knows?
Burko,
Yeah.
is it a better version of what's the game we played? Dauntless.
Dauntless.
Oh yeah, that game.
It could be. It could be.
be.
Like, yeah, if they do something like that, maybe.
I
Hey,
mean,
we played that. We played a lot of that game.
this one seems to have more mechanics than Dauntless did, because Dauntless was pretty basic. Let's be honest, in regards to like the objective. Because I played with you guys for a little bit on Dauntless.
Yeah. You did kind of run out of shit to craft, or it took a lot to like craft your shit.
We played it really early, so like there wasn't a lot in there.
And then
like,
me and Matt jumped back in like a year later or a year and a half later, and it was like a completely different game, wasn't it, Matt? We're like, what the hell is this home world?
Yeah, it's a very different game now too. So,
hey Keith,
Hello.
out of all the stupid announcements, what was your favorite stupid announcement?
Do you know what? I loved that Borderlands 4 got announced.
Oh, really? You're a Borderlands?
No.
Oh.
Did anybody see that headline about them talking about how, we're not going to do toilet humor anymore? And it's just like, the toilet humor was never the problem. The bad writing was, just so stupid.
Thinking that you were more clever than you actually were. That's
Exactly.
the problem.
Toilet humor is peak if done right. You do it shit. It was good in 2.
This is the weird thing, and you guys can tell me if I'm like on point or if you guys are like think I'm totally off kilter. I feel like I missed something with Borderlands. I've like never played any of the games, but there's like so many of them. You almost feel like, am I missing something? And then you watch the trailer and then go, I don't think I'm really missing anything.
You're not missing anything. I enjoyed 2 for what it was, but you're not missing anything.
Yeah, I mean,
everything's been downhill since 2.
Yeah, I picked up 2.
I think Tales of the Borderlands is the best part.
Yeah, I picked up 2 in a really, really steep discount sale and played it as a podcast game because all you're doing is going and shooting stuff. The talking means nothing. At certain points, the dialogue is an annoyance rather than comedic. So not looking forward to playing that. Matt?
Evan's camera's in slow-mo because it's getting really like jittery, and so he's
Is it?
drinking his drink in super slow-mo. It's so funny.
And that's just how Evan drinks. He savors every drop.
Yeah.
I could play that like running music that usually like the piano, the da, 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 and it's just like he's drinking his drink.
Matt, what announcement do you think Chariots of Fire? What announcement do you think that I got excited about? It was very early on, and then for me there was quite a lot was downhill from there.
Witcher.
I was gonna say maybe Witcher 4.
I was going to say the Outer Worlds too.
That wasn't early on. A lot earlier.
Outer Worlds was in like. Wait, was this pre-show or regular show?
it was pre-show announcement.
Oh, Gaiden, Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound from .mu.
There you go.
That's what I forgot to fucking talk about. The most important thing.
The blasphemous man didn't even say a damn word about the Ninja Gaiden game.
I'm so embarrassed.
He didn't even say
Game
Onimusha.
Kitchen.
He didn't even say Onimusha either. The Japan man kept away from all the Japan things.
No, but there is a technicality that McWomble gets off on. It's made by the Game Kitchen, which is a Spanish studio, so it's not Japanese bollocks.
Yeah,
It's not Japanese.
It's the only reason that he's interested in it. McWomble, were you an old school like Ninja Gaiden fan, or did it just look simply like fun?
Oh,
this one?
Well, as soon as they said, I was thinking, okay, Ninja Gaiden from the people who made Blasphemous.
I just thought Evan. As soon as it said Blasphemous, I was like, Evan.
So I've got reservations about it, but when they said it was being published by .mu, you guys know how much I
Streets
I
of
love
Rage 4?
Streets
of Rage 4. Shredder's Revenge is really good too.
I played Shredder's Revenge. It didn't click with me as like Streets of Rage 4 did.
No, I'm not saying it's better. I'm just saying that it's on par.
Yeah, lots of people are saying that Shredder's Revenge is better, and I'd say to those people, you're wrong.
Are you gonna try the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers
game too?
I was thinking about it, yeah.
But I was gonna see, Keith, if you want a second player, hit me up. We can Power Ranger it up. Why not? Go.
It's meant to be a good side scroller, but also they have different. I was listening to Laura K. Dale talking about it on last week's Podquisition. She was saying the developers haven't just stuck to the whole game as a side scroller. So for each
they have
each level, there's something different. So you get a side scrolling element, but then you can turn into the giant mecha warrior, and it turns into a first person punching game. So yeah,
and then the Zords is like a vehicle game where you're like riding around and shooting. It's a rail shooter. It's like super cool.
So yeah, I might pick that up. Obviously, if it's full price, I'm not.
Probably full price.
$20. Yeah. Would you pay $20 for it?
Possibly.
Probably 30. My guess is 30.
Yeah. I'll have a look. So I might be interested in that. Other than that, genuinely, I was in a state of ungripness throughout the entire rest of the show. There's literally nothing that made me go, I'm really interested in that. I want to know more. Whilst you guys were talking, because I thought that Evan may have raised Turok since he's done in the past and said, where's my goddamn Turok remake? There's nothing confirmed about it being multiplayer only.
Right.
So it could be that you guys have just got that in your heads.
It looks like it's got heavy co-op elements though.
Yeah, because one person was holding a dinosaur down while the other one stabbed it.
Yeah.
That could just be scripted action though.
Do you remember when we were reading the original comics and
I
always had that other guy with him? I wonder if that's the direction they're going.
Maybe. Interesting.
And then everyone seems to be swooning over just one more thing. Mitch, the studio that you work at, not for, announced a new game coming out.
And this is where I turn off my camera.
The studio that you work at, not for, has probably got you to say you can't say anything about it. So that's
comment.
A game. Yeah.
You can say whatever you want, but I'm saying nothing after these words. No comment.
Okay. It looks like a game. It stars characters. We assume that there is combat because a person who I'm assuming is a woman who flies a spaceship also has a red glowy electric, not lightsaber thing, and she was attacking a robot. Video game. Please be excited.
It is a video game. Those are all facts. Yeah.
Yeah. Please be excited. Pre-order now. Great.
I wonder how early this game is, because it feels like they did this just as a reaction to all the people going, "We're the next Naughty Dog game," because those people were just insufferable. Where is it? Where is it? It's been 4 years, and in terms of modern games development, that isn't actually that long. And now I just feel like now we're just going to have it's probably going to be 2 years before we see it again. And there's going to be people insufferably going on about a game we've only seen 2 minutes of footage of.
You think it'll be a launch game for the PS6?
I don't think it'll be that bad, but I feel like if you look at The Last of Us Part 2, how that came out right before the PlayStation 5 launched, maybe this will be kind of similar.
And then we'll get
maybe it'll be out in 2026.
The Last of Us 1 was what? Oh, a year out, 2013, right? A year before the PlayStation 4?
Yeah.
What was it?
Launched the same year.
Evan, are you loaning out Goza to Archetype Studios, who are making the game that I'm actually excited for, called Exodus?
Did they have a dog in it?
I don't know if you'll be able to see that clearly.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, yeah, let's look. Oh, she's got her best friend. She's got her little golden retriever. She's
So yeah,
she's holding
twin brother. Yeah.
So yes,
pay me. I will loan out the dog. Pay me, please. I don't want to teach anymore.
Yeah, if you could ship the dog to the UK, Mrs. Wumble would gladly look after her.
Loan it out? Okay. But no, I don't want to add to your fucking crazy rent. I feel bad. I do it for free. To help you out.
Okay.
So
I need to
rent
I need to check if we've
the dog to make your dog by the fireplace feel better.
Yes. He's good. Our dog's covered in tinsel at the moment. Mitch, we finished talking about the game that you can't talk about because there's nothing really to talk about.
It's a new IP.
It's a game that is being made by a studio.
I will say it kind of annoys me how people just can't give that studio the benefit of the doubt. I get a lot of people don't like Part 2.
We're still talking about it, but let's carry on talking about it.
But when you look at the game, the problems with it that people had were choices they made with the story, choices they made with the structure. It wasn't that the game wasn't qualitative. It's just kind of annoying. The game is oozing with quality, and yet people are like, "Oh, but this is going to be a mess." It's just a bit obnoxious, and I'm a bit fed up of it.
If anyone's saying this game's going to be a mess, is not paying attention, or they're not being honest with themselves.
It's like when the announcement happened, Evan's top criticism was about the product placement.
That's my only thing. Yeah.
But other people are like, "Oh, but the character design, this and that." It's just like, all of you don't know anything about the game, and yet people make these stark judgments about things before they even understand any of the characters. Like, oh, she looks ugly.
Liam, you've been on the internet, though.
It's annoying, and it drives me crazy. It's just
the
game can't get announced without these people jumping on it and making little problems with things, like The Witcher 4 as well. And it's just
that's fucking ridiculous too.
Crazy.
Doesn't make any sense.
Did you see
No.
Ciri is the logical next character to play in that series.
God forbid
they're not concerned with logic.
Did you see the picture the fan put out saying this is how Ciri should look? And then she looks awful. They think she looks
people are
better,
stupid.
but it looks really bad.
No, I didn't see any of that shit.
I'd say as a bookend to Liam, Liam and I went back a bit back and forth about the product placement type of stuff. I will say, Liam, one thing that Jeff Gerstmann brought up on his podcast, which made me slightly think about the product placement differently. He said that in Back to the Future, when you see those futuristic Nike shoes lace up, it hits differently than if it were a fake brand within the universe, because we connect Nike to our real world, and they're thinking, oh, Back to the Future is trying to do the same thing, so they keep the Nike as a product in it to show you like Nike as a brand, as a company, is in the same world we are, and it has these auto lace-up shoes, and it puts you in. It directly connects you to the real world, and in that way, like if Nike were to, if this was our future, this is how it would be, and then this game is kind of doing the same thing. When he framed it that way, I'm like, okay, I don't necessarily. I think they should have made fake brands, but I think that argument is quite a good. It made me think about it in a different way, and the other thing is.
Back to the Future makes sense
Sorry.
though, because it starts off in the 80s, so you have to be anchored to that
Okay.
moment in time.
Yeah, but
for
this
the
game
points to make sense.
This game takes place in the alt history where we've been in space since the 1980s. You know, I mean,
and I guess we don't know where it starts.
It's one of those
We're
things
assuming
again,
a lot about it.
where people assume things without understanding, and it's just like when we talked about games when they got announced a few years ago. The intelligent answer would be, I'm going to wait and see. You know, I'm going to hold my judgment because I don't know. Because saying I don't know is a perfectly rational answer to anything. But people, no, I'm going to make a grand assertion about this thing, and I'm going to be toxic about it. And I'm just going to keep harping on about this thing that I don't really know the answer to. And then I'm going to look a bit stupid in a few months when they come out and disprove my silly theory, you know. Let people chill. Just chill.
Well, I think that the fact that there was 2 women in the trailer and one of them had a shaved head means that the whole game is just some kind of SJW conspiracy. SJW capitalist conspiracy because there was product placement in it. My argument seems to be falling down immediately.
I'm sure there's Zionist conspiracy in there somewhere as well.
Yeah. I saw posts about that shit. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Shout out to the voice actor of the eye patch woman on the screen. I thought her delivery and her it was like awesome.
But that was
I loved everything about her performance.
Haley Goss, who's the lead. She was the writer of Last of Us 2 with Neil Druckmann. So
okay. All right. But okay, so then just to put a bookend on my section, yeah, the product placement, not a fan of it, but I get what they're going for. But as Liam is saying, their track record, for me personally, is so good that you got to give them the benefit of the doubt. And there's no way this game is not good.
Are you talking about the track record?
I'm still excited for it regardless.
Because there was that Monster Energy drink and Subway deal that they had. Do you remember those?
No.
Oh, Nathan Drake. Yeah, he was eating the Subway sandwich. Yeah, it wasn't in the game though. You know,
I was gonna say what game
separate those two things.
I thought you were talking about the Monster Energy drink in Death Stranding that they removed.
Yeah.
There's that as well. Monster Energy, they could be up for the award for shittest company for 2024 with me. Mitch, do you want to come back in and we'll do McWomble's award for the shittest company of 2024 that's associated with gaming?
Are you sure?
And then Mitch comes out and he's like, and it's Naughty Dog. I'm just kidding.
As soon as I turned on my camera, you guys went back at it, so I had to shut my camera.
Sorry. Done.
I personally enjoyed doing that.
Blame Liam.
Yeah,
It was funny. I appreciate me turning it on and have to turn it back off.
So before we get to the positives of our favourite games or anything that we'd like to highlight from our 2024 year, just some special mentions to some shitty companies. Monster Energy would be my runner-up for this year. So the company who want to be so associated with everything that they can possibly be in video games, they sponsor events. I think they're associated with a Madden tournament. They sponsor various different esports competitions. They sponsor an esports team. But yet they will sue any company they can possibly think of with the word monster in a title of their game or the name of the studio. Fuck off, you hypocritical bastards.
Too sweet. I can't drink it.
It's disgusting.
I mean, well, they created the word monster, so it's within their rights.
Yeah, it never existed before then.
Try suing Nicki Minaj because she says I'm a motherfucking monster.
I'll sue him right now if I were a Monster Energy. Out of it.
So that's why, if people remember correctly, it was Immortals Phoenix Rising was originally called Gods and Monsters, and Monster Energy sued them, and rather than
that's right.
Rather than Ubisoft take them to court and say no, you don't, they just changed the name. But Monster Energy sued another studio this year, and it was an indie studio, and they had to back down from the lawsuit because otherwise it would have bankrupted them. So they had to change the name of their game as well. Hopefully, this lawsuit got them some notoriety. But I can't remember what the game was called or what the studio was. I just remember Monster Energy being bastards. But then we'll move on to the actual bastards of 2024, who I believe may be a historic recipient of McWomble's award for shittest company.
Is it Konami?
Roblox.
Oh,
nice.
They just can't not be if they were a cartoon villain. I think they might as well just be a caricature of themselves. I mean, all these evil people sat in a boardroom thinking, oh, what have we gone through? We've done child exploitation. Where do we go next? But they've continued with the child exploitation. They've continued with the in-game gambling. They've continued with the in-game sexual content. And all of this stuff is available for kids, and no one is doing anything about it. So is that Roblox's fault, or should regulators step in and do something? I'll leave that up to you to decide, but my award for shittest company of 2024 goes to Roblox.
I definitely think it's the parents. The parents should step in. And now that I know this, I'm gonna check my niece's phone.
Wait, you mean the parents of the CEO of Roblox should step in? Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
They need to monitor their child.
I also think it's the parents, but also it's the source code being stolen. The other issue is the source code.
Yeah.
That source code's been stolen, then they're like relaunching, like thinking it's Roblox, and it's not, unlike Minecraft, and it's not. I think I talked about it on a previous video about this. It's big issues.
Right, who would like to start with their favourite game or favourite thing from 2024? Liam,
start.
You laughed first, so.
Well, you see, I have a problem.
Yeah, you do.
Confess.
Is your problem called Genshin Impact?
I think it's
Or is it
Zone Zero?
It's definitely a game.
or Honkai Star Rail?
Yeah, pretty much. I've been playing those games most of the year. I've ignored my backlog. It's not been good. I mean, granted, I have had time to play other things, but I've just chosen not to. So, but the break has done me some good. So, yeah, next year I will get to all of the games I missed.
Nice.
Well, I'm in a similar.
Is that a promise to yourself?
I mean,
are you saying that out loud because you're saying it to yourself?
It's
like a New Year's.
I started Space Marine 2 last night, and it looks amazing on PlayStation.
My brother just picked that up as well, so he seems excited about it.
It's still really expensive.
With anyone?
I just got it for £42, I think.
Yeah, that's still too much for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
$1 is too much for McWomble. Free is the right price.
£42 is in yen. That's crazy. I wouldn't buy it for that much.
Well, Evan, what did you play this year?
What's that?
What's your game?
What did you play this year?
Oh, my game of the year, hands down, was Astrobot until I started Lorelei and the Laser Eyes by Simogo Games. It's just completely consumed my life. It's one of the best puzzle games. And I'm a big dum-dum. Like, there's like math involved. There's Roman numerals. You have to know about like zodiac signs and like all this shit that damn, man, that kid is huge. That's like really distracting. He's gonna just make sure he doesn't, because he's so big, make sure he just doesn't bully anyone, you know? Make sure he's the one that's helping the kids out, right? As a teacher, you know this stuff. I don't need to tell you this.
Make sure he doesn't bully his dad.
Yeah.
He's gonna fucking he's really gonna
Oh,
I'm not you're he's gonna make Dan sit and eat his vegetables. He can't leave the table before. He's gonna sit over him. His shadow is just like consuming.
Or he's getting coal for Christmas. I just
He's going to say, Dan, you've woken up too early on Christmas Day morning. You need to go back to sleep for at least 2 hours.
So you see that in the corner.
Santa's going to send us coal, and that's not good.
You see this sensor in the corner? That's our Santa camera. There's a few around the house.
Oh no.
Evan, if you could pick
now-
a DLC, would you say the Blasphemous stuff is your favorite of the year?
It's got to be Lorelei in the Laser Eyes is definitely my favorite game. Then it's Astrobot, and then it's the Mia Culpa DLC.
Is Lorelei on par with Talos and Witness?
Well, I don't like The Witness. I don't like how open it is, and it's like you can go anywhere, even if you don't know if you have the right amount of knowledge to solve this puzzle. But we're also going to make you walk really slowly. So if you don't think you can solve this, whether or not you know you can solve it, you have to walk to the other side of the area, and then maybe you can solve that puzzle or not. You don't know. The structure of it pissed me off. Well, you know, the Talos principle, it did it right because it sectioned off areas.
Sure. Yeah.
You knew that when you went to level 2 that you had all the knowledge of what they taught you from part 1, that you could solve the puzzle in front of you, and The Witness did not do that.
No.
Lorelei has a bit of an issue with that because it assumes that basically it tells you at the beginning of the game, like, look, a lot of the puzzles in this game are based on logic from the real world, and that is up to you whether or not you know those things in order to solve the puzzles. There's an astrology puzzle that I might have to look up because I do not understand how it works.
Okay.
But in general, like, I'm not that smart of a person. I'm guessing I have a very average IQ, but I'm persistent enough that I'm not going to look shit up, and I was able to solve like 98% of what I've done so far, so that means anyone can do it. But they give you the tools to do it. Yeah. I don't think so. I think Sumogo might be Scandinavian. So I came across them. They made 2 iPad games.
When you said puzzles and logic, I was just confused as to whether or not it might be available in the US.
Oh man, I'm in Japan. Yeah, I think it's actually Burkhoff. You're out of luck. It is not available in the States. They will not allow it. Because Scandinavian.
I don't know.
They seem to have things okay.
Well, game's not in the US.
Lorelei and
What's that?
what is it?
Laser Eyes.
That's in the US.
Good luck solving it. I'm just kidding. Well, if you don't like puzzle games, you will not like this game. But I played their prior 2 games. They made Sayonara Wild Hearts, which everyone knows. It is not a puzzle game, so I was not interested in it. But their 2 previous games were like iPad based, and they're like amazing. So like it's a studio that knows how to do puzzle games, and the stuff they do in this game is fucking amazing. And it's like it's the fine line between like frustrating because you can't figure it out versus frustrating enough but not enough to quit, and then when you've solved the puzzle you feel like a genius. It's the line that they hit, which is almost impossible. It's like, who wants to make a puzzle game? Because you're going to get people that say I fucking hate this game because they don't understand it. You're going to get people like this game is too easy. It's just like the fine line, and I think they hit it quite well.
Did it cost?
It's like totally consumed my life.
The reason I raised the availability in the US is I saw the news story that Fox News, I think it was Fox 7 News in one state, who gives a fuck where, saying, what's this object in the sky? People are phoning in telling us there's an object in the sky. Yes, it's a planet. We've noticed it since the time of Galileo, for fuck's sake. And
the camera distortions, yeah.
Oh, is this the New Jersey thing that I was?
New Jersey.
They're idiots.
The drones.
It's planes and planets.
Hey Burkhoff, what's your favorite game of the year so far? Don't tell me it's a planet.
It's not a planet. My favorite game of the year, honestly, was Little Kitty Big City. I thought it was fucking phenomenal. I played through that game like 4 times, dude. I think it's a masterclass in level design. I think that it's got a lot of heart. It's just fantastic. Just play it when you get a chance. It takes like 3 hours to get through the game.
Do you have all the achievements?
I don't have all the achievements. There is still shit that I need to unlock.
That's just not good enough. We can't trust your opinion on it.
And guess what, Keith? Burkoff answered that in the average time it took to accept a game award. Hey, Keith, what's your favorite game of the year?
No, we'll come to me next. Let's do Dan.
All right, go Dan.
I've currently got 2, and one. I'm really enjoying Outlaws for all everyone's criticism of it. I played it before they patched it, and I enjoyed it. But I mean, since they've patched it, I mean, I haven't really noticed much difference, to be honest. I wasn't annoyed by the stuff that people were getting annoyed about. I mean, if anything, it's way easier now than it was, which is a bit disappointing. But never mind. They basically just made it easy for everyone. Whereas before, I quite liked the fact that actually it took a bit of skill to like stealth through things. Now you can just power around, which is a bit disappointing. But never mind. But actually, what I've just finished is The Last of Us Part 1, the updated version. Because I didn't play it last year, and man, the reflections are fucking awesome in that game. Like just using the mirrors to like evade people and stuff like that, like was awesome. So so good job. But so I hadn't got to play it last year, so I played it. I've been free the last week since finishing work, so I just wanted to. So I played that. Took me 17 hours. Pretty happy with that, and yeah. It's cool, so I probably will play, even though I've already played the DLC once before, I'll probably play it again with the up things the next few weeks. But yeah, no, I've been playing Outlaws as well. So they're the 2 really games, my 2 games that I've enjoyed the most this year.
Yeah,
but I get to play big games today. And Thomas isn't just old enough, she's quite old enough yet to start playing games with him, but I think that's the next step, really.
Cool. Liam. Oh no, we've done Liam. I just wanted to hear more about Zenless Zone Zero.
Oh, okay, yeah, let me get on with that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Stefan.
Here I wrote it down. I would say Astrobot, but we've already talked about that. So I would say my favorite game is either Indiana Jones or Banishers, Ghost of New Eden. I don't know if anyone has played either of those.
I didn't think you liked
I thought
Banishers.
you had an issue with the like bugs
Everything.
and stuff. No?
Yeah, but I was playing like most of that was like the review code version of it.
Pre-release, they patched a lot of shit
Yeah.
that was the issues.
Yeah. And so looking back now, like objectively, like that is a really good game now that it's fixed up.
Interesting. Okay.
I keep hearing people bringing that game up. Like it just keeps cropping up, and
It's on my
kind of
wish
a shame
list.
It's gone mostly ignored.
And then
Is it
Indiana
Dontnod?
Jones. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And
It looks
Indiana
cool.
Jones it's really good. Like it's much more of an immersive sim than it's nothing like Wolfenstein. It has some jank issues, but if you like Indiana Jones, you'll love it.
Yeah, I've like I said, I've played the introduction, and that's going to be my game to play over my Christmas time off.
Oh, so you played the part where it's
based on Raiders.
Yeah. I jumped into the water area and I went over to the waterfall part, and there's a little cave behind there, and a snake tried to bite me, and he just freaks out because he hates snakes. So there's like tons of secrets loaded in that game that are.
And that was going back to the Game Awards. I did actually think that was quite funny when Harrison Ford came out and trolled Troy Baker. Right, I'll go next, and then we'll finish with Mitch. My favourite game that I played this year, to probably no one's surprise when I posted my stats for my Xbox year review, was Cyberpunk 2077. I put in. Xbox said that I played 177 hours this year. I picked it up in a sale this time last year, and I know that I've spent probably 200 hours playing that game. since they patched everything and since they brought out Phantom Liberty, it's freaking brilliant. My one criticism of the game, which I found through playing that amount of time, is the radio stations are rubbish, and that's the worst thing that I can say about it.
The radio stations?
Yeah,
I didn't think they were that bad.
they are. I only listened to two, which is the house music one and the blues one. All of the others are garbage.
I do wish they had more of the GTA where it commentates on the world.
Yeah,
like the talk radio stuff. I wish they had something like that.
That would help build out the future kind of aspect of it. You know, it's like GTA is in modern times, so
Right, exactly.
stuff that we know about. But yeah, if it could build it out on the periphery, that'd be good.
You do hear about news events as you walk around the world, but that's from the TV screens that are ubiquitous around.
Yeah.
But it's not on the radio stations. So it's almost like you've got your own personal playlist that it just, and there's not enough tracks on it. So after that amount of time, I don't think anyone is meant to play the game for that amount of time. I don't know.
Probably not.
But yeah, I did two full playthroughs of doing pretty much every single side quest, obviously every main mission, and I've still only got 2/3 of the endings. So I would have to go back through and do another, because I've realised that there's one element early on in the game that if you make a different choice, you miss out on the potential for two more endings. But I'm not going to go back and do another complete playthrough, and I don't have a save for that point.
Is that option like the penis size or something? Can't you change in the creator thing? You can decide like how big your penis is.
Yeah, that's the crux of it. That's the
cock trophy.
Yeah. I've got most of the trophies. There's some that's just that I'm not. It would mean doing another complete playthrough, and I just don't have the stamina to do that.
Yeah.
I know I could do it on New Game Plus and just mainline the story, but I'm happy that I've moved on to Spider-Man Miles Morales after getting a PS5 in a sale. And like you guys were just saying, I do like the fact that you can just swing around the city, and then suddenly the news flashes will come up, and you can just listen to those whilst you're doing other stuff. But yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 launched in an absolute mess, but that game is freaking awesome now.
I'm definitely going to play it in 2025. I liked what I played. I played up to like the first big kind of heist section, but yeah, I promise I'll finish that game next year. I've heard so many good things about it, including from you.
Yeah, I was disappointed when I was looking through people's trophies and I saw Matt has only got one trophy from it.
No, I have more than one trophy from it.
Oh, it might be 1% complete then, because there's quite a lot of trophies in that game. And I know people, whichever way you go, it can be a bit jarring, particularly at the end, where you could have gone through the game having two different types of relationship with Keanu Reeves' character as Johnny Silverhand, but then you get to the end, and because it's all scripted, it can be a bit jarring. But you just got to kind of get over that, because how else are they going to do it? They're not going to go in and redesign the entire ending because of a bunch of whiny bitches on the internet. Mass Effect 3, anybody? Right, that's enough from me. Cyberpunk 2077.
I was one of those whiny bitches.
If you want, you can. There's no jiggle physics, but you can go and have sex with sex workers, for want of a better phrase. They're called. So, for any horny bastards out there, I'm sorry you can't stare at your character's arse for the entire game, whichever gender or transgender you want to make it. But you can, if you wanted to, play the entire game naked and then just go and look at yourself in mirrors all the time. I mean, it might not get you very far in the story, but it's something you can do.
Game of the year, all years.
Mitch.
I mean, I'm not going to talk more about Astrobot because everyone knows how I feel about that one. That one's phenomenal. Just quick shout out to Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Played a little bit of that this year. I played the original Metal Gear Solid. That is a phenomenal game. However, it is not built for current stuff because you need the manual to play that game. So Google is your best friend for that game. I'm just going to tell you that. And you also can't change the port to fight Psycho Mantis. So that just makes it impossible. So I recommend...
You can't change what?
You can't change the port on your controller. Because that is, you have to switch from controller 1 to controller 2 port. So just Google is your best friend for that game. It's still a cool game though.
Mitch, is that your first time playing it?
Yeah, it was my first time playing it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Kudos to you for sticking with it, in this day and age.
I almost quit, and then I
it's a
Googled
bit
it
archaic.
and figured out it was not my fault. So then I was okay. And then Liam will like this. Shout out to Tomb Raider 1 through 3 Remastered Edition. Fantastic. Love the remaster. They did a fantastic job.
I've been going through all of those with my dad, and he, suffice to say it, loves them very much. I told him the news that the other 3 were getting remastered in February. The first time I've actually seen him excited for something in quite a few years.
Nice.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm done with 1 and 2, so I'm on 3 right now. And then my actual game I really, really enjoyed this year, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I'm not crazy about the story as I was for the first game, but it's still pretty good. But I really like all the other elements that are there. Like the combat is so much better. I love the traversal. It's so much more fun. They added a lot of cool new moves for the traversal, and I think they kind of found their flow. So I'm digging it a lot. And then,
have you finished it yet, Mitch?
Oh, I did. Yeah, I finished.
Oh, right. Okay. No, that's funny because I think the story in the second one is exponentially better than the first one, which I thought was a bit generic and uninteresting to me personally.
I think some elements of the story are definitely interesting and better, but I think some elements are just not there for me. But I do like the direction. I'm all for this third game. I'm all down for it. So that's
right. Sure.
I'm not down at it. But Evan would like this. Hey Evan, look what else I played.
Yeah, well, it's like the longest game in the series. I think you were having a hard time with it, right?
Yeah,
because there's too many characters, too much.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That was.
I like it, but I don't fault people for not liking how much they switch between the mini games per character.
That was 4 that was taking forever. This one was 5, so there's only 2 characters.
Oh, I thought you were talking about you had said something like why am I hunting a bear in Hokkaido in the middle of winter?
I mean that is this one, but there's only 2 characters you switch between, whereas the other one it's 4. So that's crazier. But yes, I did finish this one. Or did I? I can't remember. I have to go check. I don't remember. But yeah, I have the rest of them to finish. But my goal is to finish the Yakuza series in regards to the Kiryu saga in 2025.
Definitely. Once you hit 6, I'd like updates on your progress, because 6 hits differently. At least it did for me.
I mean, to be honest, we all need a sit down for all of us that got through Kiryu through 6 and just have a chat.
Should. Yeah.
I'll comment hosted by Evan himself.
I'll comment on Yakuza 0. I fucking hated that game.
Oh, that's right. That was Was that last year? Jesus, that
year.
Feels like a long time ago.
Yeah, 2023, right? Yeah.
Yep. That was awful. That was a game I played. No, it's not.
Well, it's 2024, and it'll be 2025, y'all.
Yeah.
Did you get through the whole thing, Keith?
Oh yeah, I had to because I lost the bet with Evan.
Well, he didn't do his due diligence, though. He skipped every cutscene just to get through the game, so it's dubious. Although we didn't agree that we didn't say that he had to.
We're not going.
So he followed the rules. Yeah.
The rule it was that I had to play and finish it, and I got to the end and I shared the trophy to say that I'd finished the game. What more did you want?
True?
Yeah, I think
I can't deny that.
I was doing a bit. I was doing a Bill Belichick. It was like, you set the rules. I just looked at.
To
At
beat
what
the
point
game,
did you start skipping the cutscenes though? When was it enough for
he
you?
was like a third of the way in. He was like, once he made it to the area with Majima, I think he was already skipping cutscenes.
I was skipping from
Majima.
the very start.
Okay.
Every single cutscene that I could skip, I skipped. And allegedly, it said on how long to complete. It takes about 13 hours, and I think I did it in 8.
Oh my god. Well, that's how we're gonna end this year. And I don't know. Maybe it seems like we've caught the spark that we might be recording more in 2024 or 2025 than we did in 2024. We'll see. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Maybe.
Something might happen. Who knows? We gotta talk about Superman. I know that. Whenever that comes out.
Oh, that trailer was freaking awesome! I loved it.
So I'm gonna say we need to come back when at least when Superman comes out, because that will be interesting.
Sure. I think some of us might even be playing Marvel Rivals. At least over the holiday weekend. Right?
I'm
Holiday break.
I'm
I'm going to try and get some time to play Marvel Rivals.
I'm not touching that game because it looks like everyone is a linebacker for a football team. That's just kind of weird.
Yeah, that's kind of true, actually. Yeah.
And you know what,
I
fellas?
kind of see that. Yeah.
On that note,
We're
what
out.
did you say, Perkoff? Yeah, that's right.
Music playing right now.
Actually, Nick, there is a fight towards the end of Jedi Survivor. I have